Okay, so recently shared by on X saying Volkswagen Group Africa is unhappy that its locally produced vehicles are uncompetitive compared to the imported models of other brands that have no manufacturing investment in the country because of the additional cost of operating in South Africa. Hi, this is Vidashi. Welcome to the African Time. Well, I believe that Volkswagen, the company, are actually complaining, saying that hey, what's happening in the automobile market? Our business is going down. We are not getting sales because people are now patronizing in the imported vehicles, the Chinese ones. Then they have left us, but we have actually built plants and industries here, or we are assembling. Well, that is something happening in South Africa right now, and then they are actually complaining, saying that it's due to some cost of production and some extra taxes that are actually hindering their progress. Well, see what some South Africans think. This one says, I'm familiar with automotive sector. They have been ranking very huge profits over the years. 90% of their workforce, example, assemblers earn peanuts. Most of them are hired through labor brokers. They don't afford lowest entry cars. Only leaders are given cars on a strict rental agreement. Okay, so that is what man is saying. Man is saying that he knows mostly about the automobile sector, and he believes that most of their employees or their laborers who are in the assembly plants are actually working in a poor conditions and with peanut pay, and then with if they are even to lend a car, it's with a serious or strict rental agreement. That's the point of view. This one says VW creates jobs. South Africa must provide favorable conditions for them and all other jobs creators like them. Well, that's so true though. As a country, we really need to have something like that for investors like that, because these people have industries. They are paying taxes. They are buying a lot of things. They are paying electricity bills. They are paying so much things to operate in your country. Most and lastly, they are also employing your people too. Why should it be so? Why should you let them collapse like that? This is not good. South Africa needs to do something to protect their investors. Okay, that is so true. Lastly, this one says South Africa needs a tax on Chinese imports. Local manufacturers can't compete with the labor cost and crappy pass they use. Okay, someone is saying that because labor investors actually have actually all people have actually manufactured and established their industries in South Africa producing cars, and then someone is just inputting things with lesser taxes and they are selling. This one even says creepy part, believing that Chinese vehicles or automobiles are not that strong, and then he believes they have other faults and points of views. Well, you can also share your point of view in the comment section. Let me know and understand how the South African automobile sector is doing, and how do you believe or feel like. Someone is saying that they are actually ripping off the laborers and the workers, but they are actually getting huge profits. And other people are saying that they need to be protected because they have invested in South Africa and they're also producing jobs and also paying taxes too. So they need to be protected. These are 2 points here and raised. You can also share your point of view at the comment section, and I'll be so glad to have a quick discussion with you. But before we do everything or anything, we need to dive inside the whole point of view of our Volkswagen and see what actually is happening in the South African automobile industry. Let's go. So it says Volkswagen Group Africa is unhappy that its locally produced vehicles are uncompetitive compared to the imported models of other brands that have no manufacturing investment in the country. Because of the additional cost of operating in South Africa, Volkswagen Group Africa Chair and MD Martina Bain said on Thursday extra costs are imposed on local manufacturers and long-standing legacy importers that requires a political discussion. Wow, that's serious though. A political discussion, really, not just business discussion. Okay, let's continue. It says, Ben said Volkswagen is, for example, not exempted from load shedding in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. There are also additional costs because of problems with transport and logistics and the port operations. Okay, so first of all, load shedding is actually affecting them, so they need to be settled. Yeah, that's for true. And also saying the additional cost of transport and logistics, and also for the port operations too, is actually hindering them and also making things more expensive for them to produce or manufacture or assemble cars in South Africa. Again, let's continue. She also says she told the National Automobile Dealers Association (NADA) events that Volkswagen was forced to get generators in case of load shedding to ensure it could run the plant and not send its workers home, adding that it was trying to export record volumes last year, which it achieved. Okay, now she's saying that even for them to achieve their goal they set for themselves this year, though they achieved though, but they had to add additional costs, that is renting generators or producing enough power for backups because of the load shedding to produce more. If not that, they would have laid off workers. So they are saying that these are all additional costs that's been adding to their manufacturing. That is, you have noticed the cost too. First is port duties, second is movement and transportation of logistics, and next, and most importantly, is a load shedding. That is actually worrying them through their productions also. So these are some of the additional costs that they are complaining about. Well, again, this says that is a cost that is added to my business for doing business in Nelson Mandela Bay, and no one will give me back the money, and that is added in the pricing of cars because that money must come from somewhere. Well, that's what she's saying. She's saying that no one is giving her the money, and if she's spending extra like that, then she needs to add up to something or somewhere to get it back, and that is why the cars assembled or manufactured locally in South Africa is selling in a higher price like that. Hope you guys have understand this point. Let's go. So he says, I don't want protection because I'm not really a protectionist advocate. But how do we incentivize local businesses, local manufacturing, and local trading? Again, she says, I'd rather talk about incentivization. Okay, so she believes that she's not actually asking for protection, or she's not that kind of person, but she actually wants a dialogue and something to be done about it. Not just so that the Volkswagen company can be protected because they are manufacturing in South Africa, no, but they want ease environmental economy, and also things there should be some kind of set up something for them, for locally manufacturers people, so that they can actually enhance their production in the country. That's so true. Well, also some topics saying local manufacturers. It says Ben refers to the contribution of Volkswagen and other local manufacturers make to the economy in terms of job creation, skills development, and transformation, with Volkswagen directly providing employment to 4,000 people. Sometimes as a local manufacturer we don't feel as valued as we should be, and that is a true also for legacy importers with a long-standing history in South Africa. There's a lot of automotive investment in South Africa. It's not the biggest profit pool on earth to make business in South Africa, I can tell you. Well, that's what she's saying. She's saying that most of the manufacturing companies and industries that in South Africa actually contribute to the economy by creating jobs for people. Mostly, she outlined it saying Volkswagen actually produced 4,000 jobs to South Africans, and she's saying that South African market or automobile market is not something that can actually is a profit pool as some people see it. It's more than what people see it because of the cost or additional costs to the production and manufacturing of the vehicles. So that's why the manufactured or assembly cars in the country is more heavy or more high pricer than the cars imported one from the Chinese people. Basically, it's simple as such. So she's saying that the most thing they need is needs a political discussion where the government can come down and then discuss this and see how the way forward they can do things to make things a little more cheaper, so that some South Africans can patronize them. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple. You can share your point of view in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Well, this one says the solution for VW is very easy. Move manufacturing to one of the countries which has cheaper labor and less import duties. Why struggle with the political and crops country? Well, that's South African though. He's saying that, or he believes that. Why are they even complaining? The easiest solution for them is that they should move their factories or machines and the whole product or the whole industry to a different country that have a less import duties and also have a less labor force or cheaper labor force. He's believed that that's the best way. Why should they waste their time to have a political discussion with a corrupt government like South Africa or the ANC? That's his point of view. You can also share your point of view in the comment section. So this is what's happening in South Africa automobile sector, and mostly in Africa too. They believe that country or dealers or companies that are actually producing in the various African countries are facing huge challenges and additional costs. That is why their vehicles are a little more expensive than imported cars. Thank you for your time. My name is Vidashi SA.